something that made you angrier than you have ever been? When my dad got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, my stepmom Karen showed her true colors. They'd been married for 12 years, and she always played the perfect wife. Then the diagnosis changed everything. Dad had been the breadwinner, pulling in $200,000 a year as a software engineer while Karen stayed home, spending his money on shopping sprees and spa days. The moment he got sick, she started complaining about having to play nurse. She'd whine about how hard it was to drive him to appointments or pick up his medications. I offered to help, but she insisted she had it under control. That should have been my first warning sign. 2 months into his treatment, I stopped by unannounced. The house was filthy, and Dad was alone in bed, sweating through his sheets. His pain medication bottle was empty, though it should have had 2 weeks of pills left. Karen said the pharmacy was backed up. He mumbled weakly. I called the pharmacy immediately. They had filled the prescription 10 days ago. Someone had picked it up, and it wasn't my dad. I tore through Karen's bedroom, searching everywhere. In her designer handbag, I found the missing pills, along with 3 other bottles of his pain medication. She'd been hoarding them, probably to sell. My hands shook as I took photos for evidence. That night, I waited for her to come home. She strolled in at 11 p.m., reeking of alcohol and wearing new clothes. "Where's Dad's medication?" I demanded. She froze for a second, then laughed it off. "Oh, I must have forgotten to give him today's dose. I've been so stressed lately." I showed her the photos on my phone. "Try again. You've been stealing his meds for weeks. He's been lying there in agony while you're out shopping with money from his pills." Her face darkened. "You don't understand how hard this is for me. I didn't sign up to be a caretaker." "No, you signed up to be his wife," I shot back. "Remember in sickness and in health?" She scoffed. "I'm not throwing away my life for some dying man." Those words hit me like a truck. I called the police right there. They found texts on her phone to a local dealer. She'd been selling Dad's medication for $50 a pill. The money funded her shopping addiction. She had $15,000 in new designer clothes hidden in her car trunk, all purchased in the last month. But that wasn't even the worst part. While the police were searching the house, they found her diary. She had written about knowing Dad was sick 6 months before his diagnosis. She'd seen the blood in his urine, watched him lose weight rapidly. Instead of taking him to a doctor, she waited, hoping he'd die quickly so she could collect his life insurance. The diary detailed her plan. Let the cancer spread until it was too late for treatment, then play the grieving widow. Dad's life insurance policy would pay out $2 million. She'd already contacted a real estate agent about selling the house once he passed. I couldn't stop shaking as I read her entries. This woman had watched my father deteriorate, deliberately keeping him from getting help that could have saved his life. She'd been planning his death while sleeping next to him every night. The police arrested her that night. When they put her in handcuffs, she looked at me and smiled. "He'll be dead soon anyway," she said. "And you can't prove I knew he was sick before." I held up her diary. "Actually, we can." Her smile disappeared. She started screaming that the diary was private property as they dragged her to the police car. The neighbors came outside to watch, and I made sure they all heard me tell the officers about her stealing medicine from her dying husband. Dad moved in with me that night. I hired a nurse with his insurance money, and we got him into an experimental treatment program. The doctors say if he'd started treatment 6 months earlier, he would have had an 80% survival rate. Now it's down to 20%. Karen's facing 15 years for elder abuse, theft, and drug trafficking. She wrote me a letter from jail last week, saying she never meant to hurt anyone. She just wanted the life she deserved.